Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to our one call, one open call. We definitely had to share with you guys. We had an awesome. My name is Lynette Bledsoe. If this is your first time on the call, we attended an awesome 3-day event, and we just wanted to share not only with our team, but we wanted to share with anyone who's in, I guess you can say, network marketing, since we did open it up. Gary and I have a lot of friends who are in different companies. So we just wanted to open it up because the training was generic and it can help anyone no matter what business you're in. And if you're in our company, you guys know that we've been in network marketing for about 17 years, probably a little bit over 17 years. The first 2 companies that we were with, we made a little bit of money with those companies, but what we did, what we continue to do, is we became students of the leaders of those companies, the leaders of the industry, and that's exactly what we did when we attended that event. We're students, and we continue to learn from everyone. I mean, we were learning from one lady who, I'm not going to take up too much time, but Gary is going to go over the notes that he has. We have a ton of notes. But there was one woman who actually had 1 million representatives. So this information that we share with you guys is not from people like us who have a couple hundred on our team, not a couple thousand, 100,000. No, we're showing you guys information from people who are teaching, who have hundreds of thousands of people on their team, or like the woman who was on the Gary giving her name. You can look her up, and she's not even technical. She kept joking around that I don't know anything about the Internet, so you guys are lucky. She had 1 million people on her team. So is that somebody that you think you can learn from? I know me and Gary were totally learning. And I just wanted to go back to and just apologize to you guys who are not on our team and who didn't see it coming, I guess, when we had to just stop the calls. We just had to stop the calls, and it seemed like it was stopped abruptly, but we did have to stop the call so we can just take time and take a step back and just focus on our team, because so much growth has been happening amongst the team. We wanted to, be fair with them and give them that one-on-one that they deserve. So we still have, if you're on Facebook, you guys know that there's that motivation and inspiration group for any representative in our company. You guys can join there, and we're still there to support you guys and help as best as we can. But that's the best thing about being on, if you're in Facebook, about being in that group, is that not only do you get help from us, but you get help from close to 4,000 other representatives who are there to help you and support you too. So, but going back, we attended what's called Top Earner Academy, a live event. And obviously we couldn't go to Orlando twice this year because we're going in August with our company. But we attended a 3-day live event. We actually got to see the event live from our house. I mean, we were stuck in the house every day, well, in a good way, learning from about 8 o'clock in the morning to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I think there was a 2-hour break. It was an awesome event. I mean, every person that got on that stage, we learned so much, not only about how to work with your team, how to get new recruits, how to keep your team motivated, how to get leads online, and every leader shared. If you were on that event, if you were at that event, this is only an event that happens once a year. Next year, Gary and I already promised ourselves that we're going to be there at the live event, because there's no event, and you've heard us say this before, there's nothing like being at an event live, in person, because you actually get to speak to those people who are hosting the event, and maybe you had a question or didn't understand. You can speak to them in person rather than just watch the information online. So I'm not going to take too much time, but like I said, if you don't have a pen and paper, just get ready, because Gary's going to break down a lot of information that was shared during that event. So let me turn the call over to Gary.
Thank you so much for that, Lynette. And once again, like Lynette said, she didn't get too much in detail, but we just want to let you guys know that, thank you so much for continued support of what we do, understanding that we've always, our entire mission has always been to see others succeed, to help others succeed. And that was one of the main themes of the Top Earner Academy. Jessica and Ray and Jessica Higdon, that, they were the people, the hosts of the whole entire training. And that's something that they kept saying. Make sure, if you want, and I'm going to give you a note that you need to write this down. If you want to make more money in your life, then you need to learn to bring more value to others. That it goes right back to what Zig Ziglar and you help more people. You help more people out there, and you're going to be blessed beyond measure. So you just write that down. The more money, if you want to make more money, then you have to bring more value to people. So we wanted to apologize for just abruptly stopping the call. And the reason why, like Lynette said, it wasn't because it was slowing us down as far as our growth. It was a lot of growth that was taking place on our teams that we had to really zero in and be a part of it. And we needed to put more attention into our individual team because we want to show people that, just because it's something that I learned growing up in the South Bronx. If you're going to pop, I guess you could say you're going to pop mess or whatever they call it, like saying that you can fight or whatever, you have to learn how to back it up. So Lynette and I are always training and teaching people and sharing what we learn. So now it's time for us to, being that we didn't qualify for the Puerto Rico trip and things like that in Mexico, we had to start saying, you know what, now it's time for us to back up and just be in a place of less power, sharing with people and showing people, but to actually do it and then eventually get back into the limelight and show everybody, see, we told you this is what we can do. Not trying to prove to anybody anything, but in an air of just letting everybody know that this is what we had to do. This is what, we had to go out there and we had to show what we teach. And that, and that's something that we did learn from the Top Earner Academy. If you're going to go out there and you're going to start training others and teaching others, you got to be able to back up your numbers and back up what you had to do. So that was one of the reasons why that we decided to back up. But we do love you all. We thank you so much for the support. Any fathers out there, I want to definitely give you a happy Father's Day to myself and to you guys that are on the line because, sometimes us fathers, make some mistakes that we have done over the years. Give me a second. I think somebody's on the line. Can you make sure everybody's on the line? Give me a second. Yeah, just make sure it starts 6. So, we want to make sure that, sometimes us fathers, not all of us, but there's some knuckleheads out there that don't do the exact right thing, take care of the kids, be in the kids' life. We only have 18 seasons before our kids start thinking that they're adults. So we need to spend as much time with them and love them and be there for them, and stop being so absent. So I just want to thank all the fathers that are out there. But I'm going to go right ahead and get into this. I mean, I just want you to understand that another one of the themes that they talked about at the Top Earner Academy, and let me just tell you how I got started to find out about the Top Earner Academy. I know that they have network marketing events all over, once in a while throughout the year, in which is non-company specific. And you're not going to hear me mention anything about our primary company on this call. It's about non-pitchy, not salesy, but leaders who are successful in different areas, either internet marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing. What they did was they decided to come together. Some of them were invited. Some of them, none of them were paid to go there. They were actually invited by whoever decided to put it together. Similar to what Lynette and I did with our leadership school. And what they did was they just sharing in the areas that they're experts in, areas that they know how to generate leads, experts in the area of maybe motivation, personal development, things like that. And what happened was, I've seen these events, but sometimes these events, and I'm not going to lie, they cost a lot of money. I mean, they're can be very expensive. But what they've decided to do, and I noticed lately that a lot of them are doing it, they're doing something called a live stream. And a live stream means that you have to have a great internet connection. I wouldn't suggest a laptop or a tablet or anything like that. You have to have a desktop. And what happens is you're able to pay a certain amount of money, and you're able to see it live. But like Lynette said, it's not the same as being there. That's why we made a commitment that we're going to be there next year. And actually, we're making a commitment that we are going to take a part of Ray and Jessica's Higdon's training. We're not going to say the price of what it is, but it's quite a bit. But we're making that commitment to make that kind of income in which we're going to be able to go. So what happened was I decided, I knew about it, but I didn't have the money at the time to do it, and I said I'm not going to do it. Then I met this gentleman by the name of Robert Mercado, and I'm a student of his. This guy had never came from he grew up in the Bronx. He had never been on the internet before, and what happened was he was one of the speakers that was there at the Top Earner Academy. You probably saw a picture of him posted on my Facebook wall. And what he did was he contacted me, and, he friended me. I purchased one of his products. You see me use it a lot. It's called Pick Redirect. And what I did was I purchased one of his products, and he friended me, and he started contacting me, keep connecting with me, which we all should be doing, because social media is the bomb. I'm telling you now, because they talked a lot about it. It was a whole training on it. Actually, it was several trainings on it. And I'm going to share that with you real quick about that. And what happened was he reached out to me, and he said, are you going to Top Earner Academy? See, that's what we don't do, and I've said it a lot. We are afraid to ask. We are business owners on this call. All of us are business owners. We're supposed to be professional business owners. And what do professional business owners do? They ask. If they don't ask, they're not going to know who wants their service or their products. You have to ask for their opportunity. He asked me, hey, are you going? He didn't say, he was in a position of posture of, hey, are you going to the Top Earner Academy? And I say, I would love to, but, I think it's over and I don't have the money to go. I can't go to Florida. I'm already going for my company later on in the year, and it's kind of not in my budget. So the way he talked to me was like, listen, I can show you how to do it for a cheaper price, and, you'll be able to see it at home. And that's when he introduced me to the live stream, and I decided to pay the upgraded price of it in order to get instant access to it and to be able to see it unlimited times. You're able to see the recordings unlimited times. So I was able to do that, and I'm going to tell you right now, that was the best investment one of the best investments that I've ever made, because the feeling that I got from that training, I cried. My son comes in the room on the last day, and he's like, what's the matter? Why, everything all right? And I'm crying, Lynette's crying, and we're sitting there because a part of one of the trainings was basically talking about this. And I'm going to get into it. And what Ray Higgins did was he went to people, and he went to each person, and he said, I want to say something to you, and I just want to say this to you. And he said, you are worthy. And I didn't understand what he was doing at first, but as he broke it down and he said that how his life was and how he grew up in an abusive home and, how this happened to him and how he was programmed over and over and over that he wasn't going to have this and he wasn't supposed to have that and he wasn't supposed to be this. And all he needed was someone to tell him that, seriously, that he was worthy. And I looked at Lynette and I said, that's exactly how I've been feeling. All my life I've been, people, because I've always been different, because I've always decided to, and I'm telling you, if you want to be average and broke and poor, stay like everybody else. If you want to be rich, stinking, stupid, wealthy, now I'm telling you right now, if this is a call in which you don't want me yelling at you, you don't want me preaching to you, hang up. Hang up right now. This is not your call. I'm going to give it to you like how Ray Higdon gave it to everybody there. He did not with all sunshine and rainbows on the call. He was yelling at them and letting them know this is what you got to do if you want to change your life. So if you want to be stinking wealthy, be prepared to be different. Be prepared to be hated on. Be prepared to be knocked down, rolled around, everything, named dragged through the dirt. Be prepared. And that's exactly what has happened to me all my life, all the time. People don't even know our situations, and they coming at us hard. But guess what? I had to learn how to fight that stuff. But somehow inside of me, it was still there. And I know it's inside of some of you too still that's on this phone. It was inside of me. And when he said, you are worthy, I just couldn't contain myself. Lynette couldn't contain herself because we know that we are worthy for whatever it is, for the higher purpose that God put us here for. We are worthy for it. And it goes back to that story I talked about with Jesus when the guy died and went to heaven and he took him to a big hall and they had names. His name was Jack, and they went to the J's and he said, hey, that's my name right there. And he opened up the box, and the box had everything that he never asked for that God was ready to give to him. And that's what it made me feel, like I am worthy. And I'm telling everybody on this phone, you are all worthy. You are worthy of a better destiny, an empire, whatever it is that you want in your life. Now, I want you all to really feel it. And I know probably people are doing like Zach, what happened with Ray Higdon. They're laughing and joking. Yeah, he's saying I'm worthy. Stop laughing right now. I'm serious. You are worthy of a higher calling. You are worthy of a higher destiny. But you got to let yourself know it's you that got to believe it first. You can't get that belief from someone else. You got to believe it first. You got to know that you are worthy of a higher calling. You got to know that. And that was a big part of it because he talked a lot about mindset. A lot of people don't, when you get off this call, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to be worried about you. Lynette and I are going to be worried because when you get off this call, it's like a wet massage. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel great, pumped up, but then you're going to go out there into the environment that created you in the first place. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to forget that you were worthy. You're going to forget that you were meant to be something else. You need to get that off of your mind right now and take the energy from this call and take it out there into the environment that created you and create a new environment. Design your life. Design your life. That's what it's all about. And another thing that they talked about, and I'm going to give you some bullet points that I took, and I just want to tell you something that's really powerful that Jessica Hickman said. Before there is a major breakthrough in your life, there's going to be a major breakdown. There's going to be a major breakdown in your life. So if you're in a business right now where you feel like you can't go anymore, that things are not working for you, things are hard for you, guess what? You're about to have a breakthrough. And I'm going to tell you what happened with Lynette and I, because we wanted to give you the whole training, but guess what? 2.5 hours into day one, our power went off in our complex here, completely off for hours. Hot, sweaty, and the power off. Had to eat out, go to McDonald's, do this, and go there. I mean, we missed it. But luckily, I paid the high grade fee to get the rest of it. So I'm going to give you some of what was talked about. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you're not, and I'm going to talk about it towards the end of the call. So I'm saying at the end of the call, so if anybody wants to hang up early because they're going to say, uh-oh, there he go with his training product again. Yes, I'm going to talk to you about it because I'm going to tell you right now, every investment that I've ever paid, I never used it as a guarantee that I will become successful. I paid for it in the hopes that I can at least grab one or maybe two things from that training that will change my entire life. I never grabbed any training or paid for any training in the hopes that that training will be the only reason why I will be successful. I grabbed it in hopes of that I would learn at least one, maybe two things that will help me get that aha moment and change my life. So if you're thinking I'm not going to talk about it, I am. I'm going to talk about it at the end. So if you want to hang up, go right ahead. And I don't mean to be so forceful, but I'm talking about you changing your entire life. I don't care if you're making $100,000 a year already. Any of the leaders out there. I don't care if you're making $250,000 a year. Like Ray said, and he said it in this tone, you should always be learning. You should always be growing. He said, I can't stand people that fight so hard or take 1,000 years to get up to the top level and then they stay there, stuck. They just stay there stuck, stagnating. They don't walk around, don't move around. There's always room for growth. Last year, July, June, he was making like $40,000, $50,000 a month. He averages $300,000 and something a month and on pace to make average $1 million a month. Because he said you should always be growing. And I'm telling all the leaders on this call, you should always be growing. And if you're stagnant, if you're not going to Puerto Rico with some seniors on your team, you need to change that when the next year comes. If you're not going to Puerto Rico with some executives that are on your team going with you, you should change that. Or some president council, you should change that. You should never want to go on any trip, any place that's free from your company incentive where you're going without your team. You should never want to do that. Because if you're going with your team, that means you're growing with your team. If you're going with your team, you're growing with your team. That's what it is. Don't ever think that it's okay to go by yourself. I've seen leaders that in the short time I've been here, all they're doing is they're going there by themselves, And I'm talking about just this company and the company that we're in. I'm talking about other companies too. Going by themselves. I'm going on a trip this year. I'm going again. Is your team going with you? Some team members? How many team members you got going with you? Oh, I'm nobody. I'm the man. No, you're not. You're not the one either. Because if they're not going, you're not growing. Understand that. If they're not going, you're not growing. That's why we had to do what we had to do. Let me get into some things I took from Jessica and Ray Higdon. Grow by using the internet to brand yourself. They went into, oh my gosh. I felt like I received the Holy Ghost. I felt like the glow of God was all over me because I kept telling everybody, this is what you have to use. See, it took Bill Gates 20 years to become a billionaire. It took Michael Dell of Dell Computers 10 years to become a billionaire. How long did it take Zuckerberg? Huh? How long did it take? About 3 years to become a multi-billionaire? Why? Because we are in the information age. See, Lynette and I only show you, when we show you our training product about creating an online presence, we're just trying to show you how to create an attractive yard sign, an attractive business card that never shuts down. That's all we're trying to show you. We're trying to show you not to just put a yard sign like you see everybody yard sign in your neighborhood. We're trying to show you how to put a yard sign that has neon lights that says, hey, come on over here, dancing women and dancing guys. That's what we're trying to show you. That's all Creative Online Presence. We try to show you how to do it properly. Because as a $300 and something thousand a month earner says, grow by using, I'm reading my notes here, by using the brand to brand yourself. Second part, the internet to brand yourself. One thing that they kept driving, the company that you're in is not your company. Keep telling everybody that. It's not your company. It's not your company. You don't sit in board meetings. You don't go to where the stockholders are. You don't do anything, the policies. It's not your company. It's theirs. You're playing in their backyard. Facebook is not your place. You're playing in Facebook's backyard. So stop thinking that you have control. Lynette and I had a lady contact us and say, well, don't post here and don't post there and don't do this. And we were like, what? Are you Facebook? No. So you can't tell us what to post. You got to understand, you're playing in their backyard. You're playing in the company you're in backyard. It's not your company. So that's what you got to do. Brand yourself. Brand yourself. I've seen people getting them part of a company. And what happened was they branded themselves so good. Why? Because people want to join leaders. People want to follow people who they know are going to help them. They want to know that the benefits of being with you, being on your team, is you're going to teach them every single thing you know so that they become successful and change their life. They're not going to want to be with an average Joe and an average Jane. They're going to join the leader, Larry, and the leader, Lynette. They're going to join the leader. They're not going to join the average. So I've seen people go into a company, brand themselves so good, quit that company, go into another company, and make twice to almost 4 times more. Why? Because the people who also quit that company that wasn't in their team, their previous team, a previous company, said, you know what? I'm joining this person because they know what they're doing. I'm going to join them. So people had droves of people joining them. That's why branding yourself is so important. Branding yourself is so important because people buy into people. People join people. They don't join products. They don't join companies. They join people. They join people. Everybody in this call needs to write that down and stamp it on your head. People don't join companies. People don't buy products. They buy into you and they join you, the human being person that's holding the phone or listening to my voice. That's who they join. Look at your results you have versus the things that you think you know already. You ever hear people say this? I heard that before. I heard Gary say that before. I heard my upline say that before. Y'all need to stop. Y'all in my Texas accent need to stop that. Get that off your brain. Because if you think you know everything or you heard it before, you think you know everything, what kind of results are you having? Huh? Are you making $1 million a month? $1 million a year? Or $1 million in 100 years? Huh? No. If you're not there yet, guess what? You always have something more you need to hear. I tell everybody the story that I've read Robert Kiyosaki's his whole series, almost every book he made, several times. Think and Grow Rich, almost about 10 times I read it. And each time I felt Napoleon Hill is dead. I felt like he snuck into my house. He went into my closet, rewrote Think and Grow Rich the 5th time I read it. Then I felt like he came back again on the 9th time I read it, and he wrote something else in there because I finally got the lesson. I finally got it, and I read it already 4, 5 times, 6 times. It's always something you can learn. That was so powerful, he said. If your results are not right, there's always some room for growth. Always stop saying, I know, I heard that before. I don't need to hear him. You know how many people have told us in the past recently, you know what, I ain't need this. And indirectly, not tell us, but indirectly that we found out that they said, oh, we heard them talk about that before, that motivation stuff. Listen, motivation to me is like deodorant. You need it, but a lot of people go out the house and forget to put it on. You need it. Get that motivation in you. Get that motivation. A successful person focuses on constructing what they want, and unsuccessful people don't. See, a successful person constructs. A person who's on the road to become successful, they construct what they want. They put a plan together. Then they act on that plan, and they can stay consistent in that plan. They don't just put a plan and act on it 2, 3 days, 2, 3 years, and say, hey, this thing ain't working. They keep doing it consistently. Bring value to others. I talked about already. More value means having more value. More money means having more value and impact. Impact. That was just the first session. Let's go into social media training, Jessica Higdon. There's always, like you said, a major breakthrough, a major breakdown before a major breakthrough. So true. On social media, you have to warm people up first. You know what I mean? So I got an email today from some young lady saying, I just want to connect with you. Do you want to know more about how to use the secret in your life? Boo, I don't even know you. What are you talking about? I don't know you. Do you want my wife to answer? Because I don't know you. Why are you sending a message to me? Why don't you try this first? Why don't you try to friend me first, like a couple of my posts, then maybe comment on a couple of my posts, warm me up to you so I can know who you are before you start going for my juggler and throwing your company down at me. Huh? That's exactly what I see a lot of people do. Right now I'm working on volume 3 of creating an online presence, and I'm so excited to teach people about Facebook ads and how to do it free and how to do it paid and things like that. And guess what? One of the things I kept saying was you got to make sure you warm people up. The internet is cold. People only join you if they like you, know you, and trust you. Why don't you do that first? You have to stay on social media. You shouldn't outsource that. What I mean by outsource, get all these different tools and stuff like that to do certain things. You got to stay on top of it. You should be posting often. And not posting on, I had to hire a young lady the other day. I don't know if she's young or old, whatever, in the company I'm in, because she posted something saying, and I'm going to say it, the things I want, Obama gone, borders closed, language English. What if you was about to hire Sylvia DeMaio or recruit a Sylvia DeMaio in your company? Huh? She didn't speak no English when she came here. The borders wasn't closed when she came here. So why do you want the borders closed and what did Obama do to you? Huh? What did he do to you? Nothing. But you let everybody of your friends see that on Facebook. I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't join you. I wouldn't have my mama join you. Nobody be joining you. You gotta watch what you posting on there. She said you gotta be fun. You gotta have it, as long as it's not offensive. You gotta watch what you're posting. Watch the stuff that you do. You gotta be on top of it. You gotta post often. You gotta and stop the same things. All selfies all day. People don't want to see that. Do something else. Show them what you're doing. Show them you're out there building your business. Show them the things that are going on. Show them you're having fun later on. Show them all that stuff. That's what they want to see. They want to see motivational, positive stuff. What you post is what you're going to attract. So if you're posting that you want Obama going to keep showing up in your newsfeed. If you're posting that you want the language English, Spanish people are going to keep posting on your page. That's what's going to happen. You have to understand that. See, it's about them, not about you. If you're in business to grow, it's about the other person. It's not about what you want. And she said, Jessica Higgins, use a lot of images of your lifestyle. Be creative and stop posting what other people say. Boom. I felt the earth shake when she said that. She said, be creative. Lynette and I show you how to be creative online or social media. That's what it is. Be creative. If you're not creative, start following people that are creative. If you're scared to friend them, hit the little follow button in the top. Go follow that person you go on their profile page on Facebook. Get followed. You don't have to be a friend. Follow the person. Why? Because you need to learn. If you want to, you have to, in order for you, let me tell you something. The thing you resist doing the most is the thing that will give you your success. The thing you resist doing the most will be the thing that will give you your success. So if you resist trying to learn how to be creative, if you resist trying to learn how to blog, if you resist learning how to do videos, if you resist doing it, that is going to be the thing that's going to give you your success. That was highly stressed at the top of the category. Oh, my God, this thing was life-changing for us. Life-changing. You're going to see so much growth going on. And if you guys are listening to me, you're not going to just see growth growing on from us and our team. I'm going to see it from you guys. Facebook is the only way that I've ever known that can keep people in touch in real time that live miles and miles away. Love it. Use it. Be effective at it. Powerful. She said, I don't mind when people share my post. I love that. Go ahead. Share it. But don't when you share it, put your flavor on it. Put your flavor on it. She's stressed. If you have a website and you have different, on Volume 3, I'm going to show you some of the different techniques and tricks that I use to put my website on everything, my logo on everything. Use those things. She said you should have it on everything. What if it goes viral? What if it goes on the news? And everybody said, look at this motivational quote, or look at this picture of this person. And guess what? When they see that picture and it has your website leading to your company, boom. But if you go out there and just post and steal and take from everybody else and don't put your flavor on it, guess what's going to happen? See, I don't mind you sharing my stuff because you're sharing my website. I love that. Thanks. That's what you should be thinking. But if you're going to share it until you become creative, put your website in the text. Put your company website in the text. Say something like, listen, I just saw this. Look at this powerful quote. This is so true. Thank you, whoever did it. If you want to say Gary, but you don't have to tag me. You don't have to say thank you. And if you're interested in joining my company, please click this link right here. Do that. Why would I tell you that? Why would we come and share these things to you? Why? Because the more value that me and Lynette bring to you guys, the more money we're going to make and the more money you're going to make. We don't care. See, we're not in this. That's another thing is why we stopped. Because a lot of people that I guess you could say those haters, they kept thinking that we were trying to be popular. That we're trying to avoid the paparazzi every time we go outside. No. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's so many some billionaires that we can walk right by us that we would never know. But let one of these stars go outside. Everybody be chasing them. I don't want that somebody chasing me. I want to let you know what I'm doing. And I can buy whatever I want. That's what I want. That's what we want. Yeah, let me see what else she said. If you want to be a top earner, you have to use the telephone. Give me a second. Get a little bit of water here because I'm going so excited. You have to use the telephone. What do you mean by that? You got to learn how to get people. See, I've posted a funnel that Lynette and I use all the time for our current business. This is the funnel. The funnel is to use social media's backyard, any site, get them open. Now, this call's going to probably go to like 8:30 Central Time. If you want to get off, because there's a lot of information. And I guarantee that this 90 minutes that I'm going to be sharing this stuff with you, it's going to be life-changing if you implement it. Now, what you want to do is you want to get those people off of social media. You want to get them to a branding site. And that's what she talked about, a site in which you can brand it. You can brand a site. Then what you want to do is you want to get them to your official site so that way you can sign them up. But guess what? In that process somewhere, you should be trying to figure out a way to get their phone number so you can call them. Call them. That's what she said. It was so powerful. That way you can call them. Lynette and I, we try our best to call. We try to call every chance we get. And if we don't call you, and Rick, I have to tell you, I know you're on our team and we didn't get a chance to talk yet, buddy, but we're going to talk. I'm letting you know now we're going to have one of the most powerful conversations out there. I want to just congratulate him from getting on our team, making a decision to join us, but I'm going to let you know right now that you're definitely going to what's the name? You're going to be there. And if you want to join our team call that we're supposed to be at 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to be at 8:30, because I really got to share this stuff. So let me just tell everybody that. Call them. Get them off of that site. Get them to your branding site. What's a branding site? A branding site is talking about you, talking about your journey, your vision, your passion. What are you about? Because people join people. What are you about? What can you do for them? How can you help them? Then show them some success stories. Show them some success videos, some different things. Then you call to action to them to get off that site and go to your official company site so they can sign up. You sign up. That's what we teach you. That's it. You got to she said, you got to ease people into the process. Some people are too busy throwing people in the process. They get defensive when they don't do it right. Well, you should have went to my site. Well, you shouldn't talk to me that way. That's why I'm not going to be joining you. I'm going to join him or her now. That's exactly what happens. Ray Higdon, you should never be chasing anyone. You should never be chasing anyone. You should be attracting them. Then at that time, the power went off. You should be attracting them. That's exactly what he said. You should be attracting them, not chasing them. Fast forward to day 2. Day 2, Ray Higdon talking about blogging. Oh, I've heard this before. Oh, I don't need to know about blogging. I'm going to mute the phone. I don't need to hear Gary on this one. Hang up. Don't mute the phone. Hang up. Because if you're not blogging, see, we're talking about not being – that lady, Lisa Grossman, and I'm going to talk about, been in the industry 25 years. So if you're in your company in the 20s or in the high teens and you are not making $1 million plus a year and you don't have hundreds of thousands of people in your downline, you better be listening to this because that's how it was done. She might have not knew how to do the computers and stuff like Lynette said, but she recruited some people that knew how to do it, and that's how her team got exponential. That's how her team grew. So you need to know how to do it. You want to be Zuckerberg. You don't want to be in Avon, or the company that you're in. I didn't mean to say that. I'm going to keep it because some people on this call that are not in our company, but you don't want to be in that company for a year, and then next year you're just a little bit better, and the next year after you're just a little bit better. You want to have exponential growth. I'm talking about if you're producing in my current company, if your sales are $100,000 plus every 2 weeks. And you know what we're talking about, every 2 weeks cycle. I'm talking about learning how in a year's time having 500,000 every 2 weeks sales. Then after that, $1 million in sales a year later. That's what I'm talking about, exponential growth. Guess how that happened? You have to learn how to use every platform out there. Write what it is that you want. That's what Pete said in the blogging course. Write down exactly, not as far as blogs, but you got to write down in your life exactly what you want. And you got to know what it is in detail, what you want. I want everybody to do an exercise with me right now. I want everybody to write this down. Write down the exact amount of money you want to earn from your company in 12 months' time. Just write it down. If you want to post it, you can post it. It doesn't matter because I got 2 more questions for you. I'll give you a second. Write that. Make sure it's realistic and make sure it's obtainable. I don't want to see anybody writing $1 billion, okay, because that's not going to happen in a year's time, 12 months. Not going to happen. So write down that amount, and then I want you to, this is the second question. I want you to write down exactly what will stop you from, what will happen to you, what would you not want to happen? What would you not want to happen if you don't hit that? What would you, how would you, what would be a fear of not hitting that goal? What would be a fear of you? Write that down. What would be a fear of you? What would happen? For example, I wrote down $120,000, and guess what my fear is? To not hit that $120,000 in 12 months' time. That's what I mean. Write that down. Then I have one more question for you. What are you good at that can help you get that amount of money? I want you to write, you can post it if you want, on a team call page. What are you good at? And my answer was helping others, encouraging others, inspiring others. First answer was $120,000 in 12 months' time, $10,000 a month. Second question was, my fear would be not hitting that $120,000 in the next 12 months. What is a good thing you're good at, Gary? Helping, inspiring, and motivating others. That's it. When you put out more value, you make more money. I talked about that. Can't stress it. That's exactly what he said. Build it in your mind first and think as big as you can. They reference Houghton Bugs a lot. Houghton Bugs is the #1 income earner in network marketing. Well, maybe some people on some monthly basis get a little bit more than him, but he makes over $1.2 million a month. $1.2 million a month. That's a lot of zeros every single month. Divide that by 31. Divide that by 24. And divide that by 60. That's how much money he's going to make every minute, whether he works or not. His wife flies they live in Houston. She flies to Dallas just to get her hair done. Just to get her hair done. I'm going to fly to get my hair done, girl. That's it. Can you fly to go get your hair done? Get your nails done because you like the way they do it there versus the way they do it here. That's what I'm talking about. Think it's big. You know what Houghton Bugs said, and they reference it? He said, somebody asked him, if he was to go do this all over again, what would he do? What would he do different? What would he do different? He said, I would believe a lot bigger, a lot sooner. Boom. I would believe a lot bigger, a lot sooner. That's what Ray Higgins was talking about. Build it in your mind first. You have to seize it before you can seize it. You have to see it first before you can get it, before you can obtain it. And you got to make it as real as possible in your mind. And think big. See, business owners, he said, business owners always need a system to succeed. They always need a system to succeed. See, that's one of the reasons why the current company that we're in doesn't have thousands of people in the downline, and the company that Lisa Grossman has millions and thousands of people in her downline because they have a duplicatable system. She talked all about duplication. You have to have a duplicatable system. I've seen people get into a current company that I'm in, and they're like, I don't know what to do. 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 No one's teaching me. I don't know. You got to create that duplicatable system for your team. Even if you don't have a team, if you don't have a duplicatable system, you don't know how to create one, follow leaders that do have one. Because there's a lot of leaders that don't. Trust me. And that's exactly what Ray said. There's a lot of leaders that don't have a duplicatable system. You need to learn how to follow the ones that do until you can create one yourself. Because WDMD. What? You medical doctor, Gary? No. What duplicates makes dollars. What duplicates makes dollars. You should write that down. Not what confusion makes dollars. Confusion makes sense. Matter of fact, confusion makes no money. What duplicates makes dollars. Powerful. It's never a bad time to make more money. Oh, it's a bad time. I got to go. My sciatic is hurting. I got a cramp on my baby toe. It's not even a good time for me to make some money. What? It's always a good time to make money. I don't know about you, but it's always a good time for me to make some money. It's always, tell yourself that. It's always a good time for you to make money. Say it right now. It's always a good time for me to make money. It's always a good time for me to make money. See, what you put, let me ask you a question. If I was to ask somebody right now, what is 13 times 50? They wouldn't probably know. If I was to say, well, what is 17 times 1? We know 7, that's 17. 17 times 4. 17 times, why we don't know that? But why do we know 12 times 12 is 144? Why do we know that 8 times 9 is whatever it is, and 9 times 9 is 81? I got a quick blank in my mind real quick because I was looking at something. 9 times, why do we know that? Because it's imprinted for 12 years in school every day. It's imprinted in our brains. So you got to learn how to start imprinting different things in your brain. And one of the things you need to imprint in your brain is success messages, success affirmation. I notice that a lot of people, and I'm kind of glad of the engagement I'm getting. I'm getting some engagement. I'm getting less on Facebook, but I'm getting more from people that are outside of my company. I'm glad of that. It don't matter. But I know people watching it, and I'm going to constantly pull out and pour out success messages, affirmations, things that you need to think different. You need to be different, think different, because what you imprint on your brain gets imprinted in your subconscious, and guess what? It starts becoming into the physical manifestation because your actions will start being different. So you got to tell yourself, it is always a good time to make money. You should be singing that when you're in the shower. It's always a good time to make some money. You should be singing that. It's always a good time to make money. See, teachers, leaders, and coach need to hear your feedback because it fuels us. See, I'm always, lately I've been trying to post stuff saying, hey, guys, tell me what you want. We're going to make this training product. Tell me what you want. Tell me that, you like and appreciate it. Whatever. And sometimes we get a lot of people saying, thank you, we love it, but we want more. Keep doing it. Why? Because the more feedback we get, we want to give more. The more this call is being passionately driven right now because we got so much feedback of how people wanted to get on it. That's why I'm giving you the best. We could not share this. We could have kept this to ourselves and shared this with our team. We're giving it to you. We're telling you because the more we get, that's exactly what he said. The more you get, we need that fuel. And guess what? When you become a leader and a teacher and a coach of your team, you're going to need it too. How would you like to be standing in front of the room trying to give a training to your team or doing a conference call training your team and you get no interaction? You feel like hitting yourself in the head in the wall, right? Well, how would you feel if they all saying, yeah, go ahead. Okay, I got a question. How would that feel? That's exactly what us leaders and teachers and coaches need. We need that fuel. When you state that you are overwhelmed, have you ever heard people say that? You're really just procrastinating. I mean, it's so powerful he said that. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I go to school. I go to tennis practice, soccer practice. I'm in karate class. I got, school at nighttime. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting up. I got to sweep the floor. I got to do laundry. I don't have time to make money in your company. I don't have time. You're just procrastinating. You're right. You ain't got time to get rich. You're right. You ain't got time for it. So you got to learn how to lead those people along because they just procrastinate. I'm overwhelmed. That means you just procrastinate because if you wanted to get rich, you would find a way. You instead of getting up at 3, you would get up at 2, find a way to get rich, then at 3 o'clock start doing the laundry and stuff, vacuuming the floor. If you got all these things going, karate school, soccer practice, all these things, when people tell you that, that's what you got to know. That's exactly what Ray said. When it comes time to learning something new, most people let their brains close. Oh, I can't. There's a lot of people, and there's hundreds that have purchased our products and have never looked at them yet. And I go shaking my head until it falls off, rolls down the street, jumps in the pool with my son, and starts swimming. I don't understand that. You give me something, I'm looking at it right away. Ray Higgins said when he gets a purchase a product, he uses it right away. He figures out. He said maybe times that he can't really get into it. Guess why they don't use it? Guess what Ray said? Hey, anybody knows on the phone? Ooh, I tell you. Because they think they're overwhelmed. That's why they don't use it. It's too much information. You just procrastinating. That's all it is. You just procrastinate. You're not ready to be rich. You're not ready to be successful. You're not. I'm telling you point blank. If you don't like it, hang up. Right now, we're monitoring the calls. We're seeing the people hanging up, and we don't care if we get to 0 callers. Because guess what? I'm going to put this call out there, and the ones that are ready to be successful are going to listen. That was one of the things that Lynette and I had to stop the calls for too, because we didn't want to worry about pleasing everybody. We wanted to please ourselves and find the one. I remember a very powerful lady in the company I'm in, and I'm going to mention her name, Lisa Wilbur. She said something so powerful that stuck in my brain to the point where she don't even know. When she told me this, I'm a very emotional person. I mean, I'm like Joel Osteen, but I'm an action person. And Joel Osteen, he does a speech that really hits him, and he feels it. He starts crying. And that's exactly what happened when she told me this. She said, you know what? There are going to be 20% of people that are going to love you, everything you say, everything you do. And there are going to be 20% of people that's going to hate everything you do. You can never do anything right to them. And there's 60% that don't even care that you're there. You got to just learn how to talk to the 20% that love you as if they were 100%. That has stuck in my brain since the first time she told me that. And she don't understand. Tears came in my eyes after she told Lynette and I that on the phone. When she said, I couldn't believe it, because that's exactly what happens in success. And that's exactly what I'm going to get into a little bit here on it. And it says, you got to understand that, you got to not let your brains close. Open it up. Open it up. Something else he said. You got to start somewhere. Another thing he said that's so powerful. Oh, I can't pay no money for your training, Gary. I reduced the price to $47 now for the main product that you get 6 hours and a half training. Guess why you want to do it the free way and try to find. I laugh because of the recent changes in our company. Let not laugh at everybody a few people who try to do those free things and get warnings. Got laughed at it. Why? Because exactly what Ray said. This was confirmation, and it was so deep. Free is the most expensive thing that you will encounter. Free is the most expensive thing that you will encounter. Free will give you cheap. It will give you under-quality, terrible stuff. If you want high quality, you're going to have to pay a price for it. So if you want a high-quality life, you're going to have to pay a price for that high-quality life. Unless you want a free life. What's the difference between free lunch and paying for lunch at a luxurious restaurant, or free lunch at your church or school or something? Sometimes they be pretty good, but it's also a whole bunch of it. I don't want it. You don't know the cleaning and the restaurant. You don't know what's going on. But if you're going to pay high quality for an expensive 5-star restaurant, you know you're going to get some good food. If not, you're going to get your money back, and you may even get a little bit extra money. So I'd rather pay for what's free, like Ray Higgins said, is the most expensive thing you will encounter. Cesar Rodriguez was one of the next speakers. And he said some powerful stuff. He got more into prospecting, coal market prospecting, and walking up to people and things like that. A lot of stuff that I have on my long-distance training, long-distance recruiting and team building for $9.95 that I have on whoisgarybledsoe.com/my products. Go right there, and you can know it. I learned because he was in the company in which I was in that I learned all this stuff from. So all I did was just duplicate stuff that he learned and talked about it from Danny Johnson, things like that. But one of the two things that he said that I love, target the greedy and not the needy. See, I don't want somebody that needs my opportunity. I want somebody that wants to make money, wants to help others, wants to be a business owner. I don't want to target somebody that they can't pay their light bill and they know they need it, but they don't want to join. I don't want those people. Let them stay in the dark because they don't want to do nothing to change their life. Target the greedy and not the needy. Always lead people to more information. Somebody asked me one time, what do you exactly say, Gary, to get them to join your team? What do you and Lynette say? And let me tell you these powerful words. It's one powerful word that I told her. Nothing. She said, well, what? Nothing. Well, we don't tell them anything because what we do is we lead them to information after information so that they can make an educated decision to join us, and then we talk to them. That's the problem. Too many people don't know how to put people through a funnel. They don't know how to put people through a funnel. They know what they do is they try to learn everything first. Then they go out there and they play what I call the throw-up game. They throw up all over them. Let me tell you about it. And I did a video on it. Let me tell you about this stuff. Let me tell you what you have to do here. Let me tell you how to do this. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about Eloy. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you. Do you know what's going to happen? That recruiter, you're going to talk that recruit right out, that lead right out of your business. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to join somebody else. We don't say nothing to them. Okay, do me a favor. Go to this site here. And based on your response on that site, that's going to determine whether or not you'll be able to work with me. Go to that information there. Then when they go there, I'm going to say, great, what did you like best about that? And then I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to say, great, here, go to this website right here so you see some success stories. Go to my YouTube channel and see some success stories or something. Go there. Based on your information from that, it's going to determine whether or not we can work together. Then I'm going to say, how was that? What did you like best about it? And then I'm going to go say, hey, why don't you go ahead and sign up? Then we're going to start having conversations. Exactly what Cesar Rodriguez was teaching. That's what you got to do. Mark Hoverson. I've never really heard this guy, but I've seen him a lot online, on the internet, and he said some very powerful stuff. You have to see it when no one else does. You have to see it when no one else does. He did a lot of biblical principles of Solomon and Proverbs on why we're supposed to be rich, why we were born rich. It was so powerful, so deep. I couldn't even take it all he didn't know through that. And he did. But the couple of things that stuck out, he said, you need to see it when no one else does. That's what the problem is. A lot of us don't see it. You know how many times you get confident, I don't think it's going to happen. Before I get off this call, I'm going to do a crazy experiment. I want to let everybody know. I'll tell you an experiment that Ray did that was so powerful, that was so eye-opening. And I'm going to tell you this experiment. It was powerful because that's what happens with a lot of people. They don't see it when no one else does. They don't see it at all. See, me and Lynette, we see it. The hands. This is something that he learned. He said from the Bible. He put it in the context of why you need to be rich. The hands of the diligent makes rich. The hands of the lazy promote forced labor. The hands of the diligent makes rich. The hands of the lazy promotes forced labor. Boom! That was so powerful. I was like, oh my gosh, because it's true. If you're willing to go out there and get your hands in and do what you got to do, guess what's going to happen? You be diligent, you be consistent. You're gonna get everything you deserve and more. But if you stay lazy, saying, I don't know, I heard everything already. I know too much. You can't teach me nothing. Give me the remote, thank you. I want to change the channel. That's what you ain't gonna get no money, boo, sitting on the couch. You better get up and go do what you got to do. Work your business. Back to Ray Higdon again. If you don't provide enough value to generate daily leads, then you definitely need to be out there prospecting and promoting and getting online and doing everything. If you're not, Lynette and I generate leads. Every single day we have leads, opting into our pages. And that's one of the things I teach you, and I'm going to teach you in Volume 3. You should never let anybody visit your site, your company site, any site that you have a connection or ownership to without trying to collect their name and their email address. That's called building your list. You should never, and I can show you a platform that can help you be able to do that. No one can visit our company-specific site by going to Selling Beauty is Easy. You don't believe me? Go to sellingbeautyiseasy.com. And guess what? And I'm telling you, most people on this call are in my same company, so you can't join again because you're already in the company. Go to that and watch what pops up. You don't have to put your name and email address in, but I'm going to at least give you a chance to do it. I'm going to at least give you a chance because that's called building your list. So Ray Higdon said, if you're not generating daily leads going to your site, and there's people that got people going to their website and going to their company site that they don't even know. Oh, I visited your website. You did? When? Because they don't know how to get those leads. They don't know how to capture that lead so that way you can – because guess what's going to happen if somebody visits our site and they put their information, their name and email address in versus somebody who don't have what we have on our page. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to get that person. We're going to put them in our web office for our company. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to get emails dripped on them every so often throughout time. Over the next course of days, next course of months, they're going to get it dripped all over them. Guess what's going to happen to them? What's going to happen is at 6 months' time, they're probably going to not be ready. They're going to be ready to join when they wasn't ready 6 months ago. And guess who they're going to contact? Us. But if they visit your website and they decided that they don't have a way for you to get their name and email address, guess what's going to happen 6 months from now when they're ready to join that company? They're going to find somebody who was always in their face all the time. Email dripping on them is in their face all the time. Every time you get a lead, you need to put them in your office if you're in my company. You need to put them in whatever office, autoresponder system, back office, whatever it is, you need to put them in it. And if you want to know specifics, post on a group page and we'll explain to you if you're in our company. You need to always be putting them in there because this company, this industry is about timing. And when they're ready, they're going to do it. And you want to be the person that's there when they're ready because they may turn out to be a whale and just blow and go. They might just take over. You want to always be in front of them. That's what Ray Higdon said. I'm just telling you what the man that makes $300,000 a year was telling us. A coach is a person who got your back and do what they say. They lead by example. Boom. I was like, whoa. They got your back. These are things I already knew. I'm going to tell you, that whole 3 days was not learning for me. It was Lynette said she learned a few things here and there. It wasn't learning for me. It was confirmation that I was right the whole time from what I've learned in the past. See, you know what's so funny? He said something really powerful. He said, you was making your millions in the past whenever your learning was going on. Whenever you were out there failing and messing up and struggling, that was when you was earning your money. You just didn't get paid until you became perfected it. You didn't get paid until you perfected it. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. So Lynette and I have been in network marketing, me since 1997, her since she joined me in 1999. We were earning our money back then, but we didn't start really making it until now. We didn't earn it till now. We earned it back then, but we are making it now because it was years of failing forward, years of Google slapping me saying you can't promote that here, and years of you can't do this and you can't do that, years of no. That was the time we were earning our money. I remember going to an expo in New York. I think it was a black expo, and there was business owners there. And I didn't have no booth. We didn't have any booth. It was me, Lynette, and one of my friends. And I'm running around trying to get as many. And we had a contest trying to see how many names we could get. And I was everybody in there, get out of here. You don't have a booth? Where's your booth? Yeah, no, get out of here. What you trying to do? What? No. Totally messed up. But guess what? Got names. None of them joined me. I think I walked out like 100 names. None of them joined me. Numbers, none of them joined me. That was when I was earning my money. That was when I was earning it. I just didn't get paid till now because I had to perfect all of the failures. I had to make adjustments along the way. So you are, and something Ray Higdon said, exactly where you are supposed to be in your process to become successful. Don't get mad at where you are. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Exactly where you're supposed to be. Instead of focusing on money or the lack of money that you have, focus on providing more value. See, Lynette and I know we are worthy when we put our products out there. You know why? Because we know that they're going to bring more value to you. More. We know that. We know it's going to help you. We know that it's going to do what it's got to do for you. So that's why we know that we're going to have the money, and you guys should do the same thing. I see people, I remember one time in our current company, a lady said, I want to buy products from you, Lynette, versus the person that services me because she gives me my products in a Walmart bag. And it was Pathmark when we was in New York, a Pathmark bag. You put things all in there, samples, and you got to treat that person that's spending 99 cents on your products as if they were spending $9,900 on your products. You got to treat them the exact same. You got to give everybody the wow factor. Exactly what Ray Higdon said. He said, habits can change you. Habits can change, but results can't change. He said, if you want your results to change, you have to change your habits. Boom. I was like, oh, my gosh, what the? Man, that's so – I've been saying that. You're going to change your habits if you want your results to change. This is a success panel. This is the one where I told you that gentleman, and I'm very much a student. I'm learning a lot. Robert Mercado, that that's what he was, the one who introduced me. And I thank God for the law of attraction, for attracting him into my life to ask me to go to that thing. If he didn't ask me, right now I would not be feeling like I'm feeling right now. I mean, they just gave me confirmation of everything I needed to hear, and I thank God for attracting him into my life, and they were on it. And one of the things that was said was your best investment is in increasing your skills. Your best investment, the best money you spend on should be always to increasing your skills, to getting better. Where you are today is a result of your best thinking. Robert Mercado said that. Where you are today is just a result of your best thinking. So if your best thinking was terrible, that's why you right now ain't making no money. You need to change those thoughts. If you want to make a better life, you got to start thinking better. Period. When you find the side what you when you find the side what you want, think about this. You are just 90 days from your first 5-figure month. When you find the side that you want it, you are just 90 days. If you really go after it, I say 90 days to 6 months from having a 5-figure month or from getting a comma check. You are 5 days away from getting that. Anywhere from 3 to 6 months from getting that. Once you decide. See, you got to put to death everything that's going to make you say, I ain't going to be able to make it. There are people that are on this call right now that have been on this call when we first started doing calls, and matter of fact, in the same position or maybe less because they didn't decide yet. You got to decide. This is something that Robert Mercado said that I love. Smart people know all the right answers, but successful people know all the right questions. Boom! I know it already. Oh, come on. I've been in my company, which is my current company. I've been in here 20-something years. I can't listen to nobody that's been here 5 years like Gary and Lynette. What are they going to teach me? Yep, you know all the right answers. You're smart. Look, you're so smart. Stay there. See, but we're going to be more successful than you because we know all the right questions, and we're seeking all the answers. Boom! Take that. Ray Higdon again. You should always be growing. I talked about that. You should have you should have to love where you are. You have to love where you are and love yourself. That was so powerful when he said that. Choose to play bigger. Justify where you are. When let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what he said. Justifying where you are right now keeps you where you are. I was like, whoa, I've been telling people that. Well, in other words, your excuses are the reasons why you're not making money. Your excuses are the reasons why you're not rank advancing. Your excuses are the reason why your team is not growing. Your excuses why your income is not growing because you keep justifying where you are. Oh, I love the Lord. I got church I go to church 7 days a week, and I cannot go to no meeting. I can't get on no conference. I can't. It's Father's Day. Lynette told me, whatever you say, relax, Gary. I said, I'm still doing the call. I'm going to do this. I'm going to share this information. I'm going to do this. Why? Because you're justifying where you are, going to keep you where you are. I was like, whoa. Focus on that. Here you go again. Focus on more value than money. Team building is to aspire. See, there are two demons that Ray talked about. Two powerful demons. And I did 2 videos on it, and I'm probably going to do about 10 more on it because I see it so much, especially in my current company. Oh, my gosh. This got to stop. This just got to stop. There are two demons, ego and your belief about money. See, I know there's people on this call right now that got a serious ego that they need to stomp on. They need to stomp on it. You got to leave that ego at the door, and you got to start believing money should come to you. There are people that say, I don't deserve that. No, I ain't going to never. I can't go to Puerto Rico. I can't do all. I'm never going to get that. I'm just going to $75. That's it. I ain't going to recruit nobody. That's why you stuck. That's a demon that's going, they're not going to make it. Just sitting right there waiting for you. Your ego is getting you. I remember a person I learned a lot about blogging from named John Child. He said, you got to get out of your way if you want to get successful. You got to get out of your own way if you want to be successful. Too many people in their own way. You're in your own way from me. You're actually going. Your successful person that wants to be is actually behind the person that's lazy, procrastinating. Say, excuse me, and you still that lazy person. You're still standing there. Get out of your own way so you can become successful. Get out of your way. Your poverty. See, you being broke is not serving anyone. That's what Ray said. You being broke is not serving anyone. It's not helping anyone. But if you become rich, you could possibly serve and help people. So we don't want you broke. We want you rich. I remember Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump wrote a book, Why We Want You to Be Rich. Rich people want you to be rich. See, the ones that's greedy, yeah, maybe they do. I don't know, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I know that in this industry, leaders want you to become rich. I want you to become rich because the more rich you out there, that people like you, maybe you can help more. Maybe you can serve more. That's what I want. Then we listen to Vince Reed, and oh my God, I've seen him, heard his name, but I never really knew about him too much. This guy, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm superly gonna be a student of his. I'm superly gonna buy almost anything that he puts out. I'm making investment changes right now. I try to buy one of his products. That's I think it's $1,000 product. I'm getting it. I don't care. A whole shit. I'm getting it. Why? Because he just dropped science on how to generate endless traffic on the internet. And I'm going to give you just a synopsis. I want you to write this down. TLVOD. T is for targeted traffic. L is for leads. V is for value. O is for offer. And D is for duplication. There go that word again. Duplication, WDMD. Targeted traffic, leads, value, offer, and duplication. The engine, the vehicle that drives the engine is the targeted traffic and leads. So you know why you're not growing online or growing outside or whatever it is, your team is growing whatever, because you're not exposing enough people. You're not targeting the right people. You're not getting the targeted right traffic. And that's what we try to show you, and the reason why we try to show you that with our podcast is because we're learning how to do it. You got to learn how to get these leads, and then you got to learn how when you get these leads, this is what Vince Reed was teaching. When you get these leads, you got to learn how to bring them value. And how do you bring them value? You bring them value by teaching them something, showing them something. And when they start liking what you teach them, the value you bring to them, then you can offer them something in which you can be compensated for. You can offer it at that time. That's what you said. And then guess what? You just rinse and repeat. That's all it is. You have to learn how to focus the value coming up in everybody. You got to learn how to get exposed out there a lot, exposed, bring value, then make an offer. And your offer could be your opportunity. Your offer could be to join your business. Your offer can be to buy some of your products or your service. But they're not going to do it right away if you don't have enough people coming into your sales funnel. You don't have enough targeted traffic and leads. And if you don't try to provide them value, letting them know why they need to join you versus someone else. If you don't try to tell them why you are a better leader than someone else, not saying competitive why, I'm talking about by action. By showing them that you know this and you can do that and you can help them with this and you can teach them even if you don't know and you're just starting. You can say, I can show you how to get to somebody who knows this and I can show you how to get to somebody who knows that and I can show you this person that does this. You can still bring value if you just joined yesterday. You can still bring value. Then you can offer them, hey, you know I'm bringing you good value, right, baby? Are you going to join me or what? That's how you do it. Too many people going for the juggler right away. Stop. Your advertising should never shut off. Let me tell you what happens every time somebody here who on this phone that doesn't have an online presence. I'm not talking about just having a Facebook profile where you posted something on there. Because I told trained on like the one of the volume modules that I made today is talking about you don't understand. You can have 5,000 friends, but only 1 to 5% of those friends are seeing your posts. You do the math right now, unless you know how to do it the right way, like I teach. Only 1 to 5% of those people are seeing your posts. But I can show you how to get all of them to almost see, at least 90 to 95% of them to see your posts, because that's what's happening. The advertising should never shut down. And the way it does that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, online. Focus on people you don't know and answer their questions before they ask them. Guess how you do that? By bringing them value. By bringing them value up front. That's why we send people to my videos. We'll send new people to. We focus on. I can't stand the people in my current company. They post something online. They post something, advertise anything, and they have 1,000 people, 100-something likes, 200 likes of people that's in the same company as them. You got to make sure you get some people that's outside of your company liking your stuff, so they can get curious about what you're doing and join you. Your advertising should never shut down. And then you got to learn how to bring them value so that you can answer the questions before they ask it. So that when they join you, they already know. I want to join you. We have people that already know they want to join us, Lynette and I. They already know. We had a young lady who purchased one of volume 1 and 2 of our creating an online presence, and I asked them. I texted her and I said, just want to make sure everything's okay. How's everything going? Are you able to download everything okay? And I said, by the way, how did you find it? How did you know about it? I saw your videos online. I saw, I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew exactly. And so I went online researching, and you came up. That's what Vince said. You have to understand your market, and then you have to learn how to be in front of them. Let me tell you the process that he said. And if you're still on this phone and you can't get me to 8:30 Central, then you need to get off right now. And I'm telling you right now, 'cause I'm going to give you some real powerful stuff. He said this is what would happen. You go out there, and you try to recruit people, right? So what you do, you make a list. That's what most people teach you to do, right? Make a list. That's what at least as if you're a leader, you should be telling your team to do that. Make a list of as many people as you know that might be interested in joining you or might be interested in buying one of your products. Guess what happens? The first thing they're going to do, you can tell them, I'm a part of this company. I'm ready to do this company. I'm going there. You want to join me? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, maybe right now, I'm not sure. Oh, I'll get back with you. They're going to do one word they're going to do. Research. They're going to go research about the company. They're going to go on YouTube. They're going to go on Google. They're going to try to find out about the company. And guess what Vince said? The problem is they're not going to see you show up. They're not going to see you show up. Why? Because you don't know how to effectively be online in which when they research, they see you first. Or at least you're amongst the top 10. Or at least you're amongst the top 20. That's exactly what happened when the young lady said that she purchased our stuff. She saw my video. She's seen it. You should be so good that people are referring you to other people. And we have people that join us, that purchase from us, that we don't even know. I don't even know these people. I'm like, oh, my gosh, who are you? I don't know you. How'd you find me? We always ask you, how'd you find me? I was researching here. That's how we found our upline, Rosemary Kahn. That's how we found her. We were researching online of how to join the company that we're in. So you got to be in front of them. You can't. And I'm not talking about having a Facebook post. That's not being in front of them. No. You got to learn how to get you some videos. Get uncomfortable. Go out there. The thing that you're resisting, the thing that's going to make you successful. Get some videos out there. Hey, get call to action. And I'm doing a whole video marketing series of how to start videos from the beginning to the end, how to think that you need to put in your videos, things that you need to ask and say in your videos to get people to go to you. To get people. I just started this game, but I learned so much over the years that now I'm ready. And then we're willing to teach you these things. That's what you need to do. Getting leads and making sales are two different things. That's what he said. He said getting leads and making sales are two different things. You got to learn how to get those leads coming to you. You got to learn how to get those leads coming to you so you can make those sales. Russ Whitney. If you don't know who Russ Whitney is, you need to Google him right now. Multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. He said some real powerful stuff. I'm going to go into it real fast because I know it's like Promise 8:30. The gift of life is from the struggles. Boom. People don't understand that. The gift of life comes from your struggles. You need to learn how to embrace them so that way you don't go through them again by learning from them. Getting knocked down a lot is not important. What's important is getting back up each and every time. That's what's important. Another confirmation I need to hear. A wise man learns from mistakes, but a genius learns from the mistakes of others. I always tell you, you got to watch who you copying. If you're going to copy, it's okay, but make sure you're copying the right cat. See, I'm a copycat. I'm in the R&D business. I'm in the rob and duplication business. But guess what? I'm going to make sure I rob and duplicate the right cat, the right person, the person. I don't listen to people who have not done what I want to do or not doing what I want to do. I don't listen to you. Sorry. I don't listen to you. Your passion it should always be to become a millionaire. That should be your passion. That's what he said, Russ Whitney. Your passion should always to become a millionaire because your poverty is helping no one, but your millions can. The next person it's the last person. I've never heard this person before. I heard of her. I've heard about her. Lynette talked about her a little bit. I mentioned her earlier in the part of this call. I've never heard her speak before. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and she doesn't sell any training products or anything like that. I tell you right now, anytime she shows up somewhere, if I can try to be there, I'm going. I'm going. She is, oh my gosh. There's certain people that I resonate with, and you're gonna resonate with, that you're gonna want to listen to, and you can listen to them for hours. I can listen to her for hours. I could not believe it. Look, her name is Lisa Grossman. She was a part of her first original company with a downline, built a downline of 1 million people. I'm not talking about 1,000, 1,500, 900, 300. I'm not talking about that. She said 1 million downline because she knew all about WDMD. She knew about what duplicated will make dollars. Million. Then she left that company, went to another company for a few years, and built. Right now, she's currently have over 300 people in her downline. 300,000 people. Sorry. Whoa. You think that she knew? You think we should be listening to her? You think everybody in our current company right now should be on this phone right now? But there's a lot of people out there who need to get out their own way because they already heard this before. They know everything. Smart people know all the answers, but the successful ones know all the right questions. So they should be listening to something that we're saying right now. A bad product, she said, a bad product will never survive. It will never survive. Bad product. That's something if you want to get into, like eventually becoming a trainer, a coach, a teacher. When you put out a bad product, that product ain't going to survive. But if you put out high quality and you over-deliver, they kept talking a lot about over-delivering and under-promising. Ooh, did Gary say that on conference calls for the last 2 or 3 years? Yep. We always over-deliver. This young lady bought Volume 1 and Volume 2, and because we're running our weekend special for Father's Day, she was able to get every single thing, over hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of training, hours worth of training, only for Volume 1 and Volume 2. That same lady, all because she found me because I made sure I showed up online when she was researching and wanting to learn how to do something that she wanted to do for her company, for the company she's in, which is our current company. See? You got to over-deliver and under-promise. I ain't promised her that she's going to have this. I promised that I'm going to over-deliver, though. I'm going to give her more. One thing she said, community is how the biggest brands are built. You have to create a community, a culture, an environment. I tell everybody, the first thing Lynette and I always do, we always brand our Team Destiny. We brand ourselves all the time. And I know you people online see us do it. On Facebook, y'all see us do it. Because we want to create a community. We want to create – look at Apple. If you all know, Apple was not one of the best-selling computers in the world. They were not one of the best-selling cell phone companies in the world. But guess what? They revolutionized the cell phone industry. Everybody went out chasing Samsung, all of them, to copy what Apple did. Google, all of them, to copy what Apple did. They revolutionized because guess what? There are people that when the iPhone 6 comes out, they're going to be camping out probably a week beforehand to be the first one or amongst the first people to get the iPhone 6 because they created a community, and creating a community is the best way to brand yourself. That's the best way. So if you don't have a team name, a team culture, a team identity, get one right now. I'm telling you, the product should be about people. You should always be trying to help other people find out. I tell everybody, when you recruit someone, and the first, some people say you need to be be there 15 minutes and that's it. You know, you go in there and you just sign them up and leave. Wrong. You need to be finding out exactly why they joined you, how long they've been looking for an opportunity, what are they currently doing, form, family, occupation, recreation, money. You should be talking about that in the first time you sit down and talk with them, either on the phone or face-to-face. You want to know why this is happening, why they joined you, how long they've been looking, what is the reasons that they want to do this, how much money they really want to make, how much time they ready to put into it. You want to know these things. See, that's 99% that get into MLM usually don't make a lot of money, she said. They don't make a lot of money. Why? Because they don't know to do this over and over and over. They don't know how to create a community. They don't know how to brand themselves. Communities communities that are honest to people are the ones who prosper the most. If you lead by example as a leader and you always do what you say, people will always follow you. We've had, and I don't like to say this because I know a lot of people, especially the one, that's why we don't do calls and all that stuff anymore, because all these people are, these people are going to try to steal your people, they're going to try to steal your team. We don't try to steal anybody, but what we do is we brand ourselves well enough that when someone quits somebody else in our company or another team, they decide to join again, they want to look for us first. That's what we do. Boom. There are people who have recently joined with other people, district managers, whatever it is, that quit because they wasn't getting no help. The community sucked. They decided to join our community. They decided to join up under us. Because why? We branded ourselves so well that we're ready to provide, over-deliver the value and under promise of success. Because like Lisa Grossman said, and I want you to listen to this real quick. She said, take these words down, and I want you to skip a line when I tell you. You want to write, I will help, skip a line, put you, then skip another line, build your business. I want you to hear that. I will help, skip a line, you, skip a line, build your business. She said everything at the I will help is your part as a leader. Everything at the build your business on the bottom is up to the person that's down there. It's up to the person who want to do it. Because guess who's in the middle? You. I will help you if you're ready. But if you ain't ready, I can't help you. Work with the willing. Work with the willing. See, a lot of people, she said, this is so powerful. You know, when she said that, work with the willing, everyone's favorite topic is themselves. Instead of being interesting, you need to be interested. See, that's what a lot of people didn't understand. Lynette and I didn't want to be interesting. We were more interested in what people need by bringing you more value, by branding ourselves as the person that can help you and bring you more value. Too many people in our company were too busy worrying about being superstars. So they want to try to copy what we did and then think they perfected. So why go? We don't even do calls no more now. Take over. Thanks. Bye. Drop the mic. See you. You can have the calls. We don't care. Take the exact same time slot that we had. We don't care because we're interested in finding out how we can bring more value to people out there that are ready to listen to us, the 20% that are ready to listen to us. That's what we was caring about. It's not about you. It's about them. Like I said, relationship that matters. That's what matters. You understand? She said there are a lot of people out there. She said 80% of their prospects will always say no. That's the process. 80% of people that you encounter are supposed to say no. I can't, no. They're supposed to say no. You understand? See, you have to understand that, just like I said, what duplicates make dollars. Also, bad duplication makes bad dollars. Good duplication makes good dollars. That's what she said. You are your next superstar. Become the person you're looking for. I need to really find me another person on my team that's a superstar. Well, then won't you become one first? Won't you become one first? That's what she said. Become one first. You become the superstar. You be your next explosion. I did a call about 2 or 3 years ago talking about you're one person away from explosion. And I had our upline at the time, Lois Simon, she was our upline at the time. I had her as a guest speaker talking about you're one person away from explosion. And guess who that one person that Lois talked about that was one person away from explosion? Her. And then she said, in our business, we are that one person. And in your business, you are that one person away from explosion. Because when you're ready to decide, you're only 3 to 6 months away from going out there and changing your life, from rank advance, going to the next level. You are. That's what it is. Never let belief in success. Never let anyone know. This is what she said. Never let anyone know that or believe that success comes easy, because it doesn't. It doesn't. Don't have time for the one. You don't have time, so don't have time for themselves. Work with the willing. Another thing she said. Don't have time for people that don't have time for themselves. Successful people got to be successful because they knew what they wanted. You got to know what you want. There's some things that she said. You got to learn how to take action first, and the creativity will flow. A lot of people that have said that what we did. And you know what's so funny? I'm going to tell you a little story before I get off the phone, and because I'm about to get off the phone soon. I'm going to tell you about our special that we got going on for our new volume. But I want to tell you this real quick. Lynette sent a private message to Ray Hagan asking a quick question. This question was, I'm publicly going to tell everybody this. What do you do, or how should you react when other leaders in your company are hating the way you teach and are putting you down at the way you teach? We already knew the answer, but we didn't know the answer was going to come like this. Some people this is what his response was. Some people can't handle. He said they can't handle when some people soldier up and do what you're doing. He said those leaders can't handle when you soldier up and do what you need to do to build your business. They can't handle it. It reminds me of Jack Nicholson with Tom Cruise. You can't handle the truth. Why? What was the truth? Take action first, and the creativity will follow. That's exactly what we tell everybody. Take action. And then you'll start knowing what to do. But if you stand still trying to learn all the time, you're not going to learn. Attend events. Build relationships. Promote value. That's what we do. That's what you should be doing. You should be promoting value all the time. Because if you promote, I don't have a training product, Gary. Who told you you need one? But you can provide effective training for your team. You can provide effective advice for your team, effective motivation for your team. If you don't know how to get the best motivational quotes, go get a Bible. Go get a Bible right now. That's your motivational quotes. Go get those. Say it to your team every so often. Say it to yourself every so often. Now I just gave you a training product. Voila! Now you're a trainer. I'm ushering you as a trainer right now. Now you have a training product. Use the Bible. That's what you need to do. All these apps and things that go on motivational and inspirational quotes, you don't have to have a training product. But bring value in the form of inspiration, motivation. People always think about how to do this, how to do that. It's not about how all the time. You can provide motivation by just saying, you know what? I believe in you. I believe you're going to make it. Even if that person ain't make one sales and they've been in your downline for like 3 years. Say, I believe in you. You're providing value. You're over-delivering. That's what you got to do, over-deliver. So talking about that, this is the part where all the ones that saying, there you go again. I heard this before. Hang up early. Hang up. But what's happening is right now, Lynette and I decided to our highest valuable product that's teaching people to start out, to go out there and create an online store for them, presence for them. We're not teaching you, and I want this to be understood, how to build another Avon website. We're not teaching you how to put Avon, and this is for my Avon people, that's putting Avon on your other branding sites, on your whatever site, the site that's Weebly site, the Wink site. We're not teaching you to do that. We're teaching you how to brand yourself and then eventually get them to that site. Well, they told me I can't have other links. Who told you that? We're telling you to do that. We're not teaching you to do that. We're teaching you to bring value to people, to brand yourself so that they eventually want to go there on their own. That's what we're teaching you. Well, that product no longer is going to be $97. That product is actually going to get reduced to $47. We're going to have $47 all the way across the board. But right now, it's $48.50. And then our second volume 2 is $23.50. So together, if you get both of those, or if you have already purchased both of those, Volume 1 and Volume 2, we're coming out with Volume 3, which I'm working on today. Tomorrow should be done by Tuesday or Wednesday. You can get it at 50% discount. So it won't be $47. It will be $23.50. You can pre-order. We're taking pre-orders now. If you're on Facebook, please send us your email address, inbox us your email address. We can go ahead and get that done. I'm telling you, Volume 3 is going to be the bomb, but especially if you already got Volume 1 and 2. So that means if you didn't get it yet, for $72, you're not only going to get Volume 1 and 2 and Volume 3 at 50% discount, you're going to get all of our products for free, the rest of them for free. Up until tonight now, to midnight tonight, Central Time, you get the rest for free. But if you don't, you still can get Volume 3 at a discount price. So if you're interested, contact us on Facebook, Gary Bledsoe 1, or you can go to Lynette. If you're already friends with one of us, let us know. I guarantee this is not teaching you to build another website, another company website. We're teaching you how to make an attractive yard sign that will never shut down 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that way when you're sleeping, you're able to wake up in the morning and have a new customer or a new recruit on your team. Because there are a lot of people in our company that are masters, and I can name a few people, but I don't want to name any names yet, but are masters in table events. And man, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna say it. Milagros and Carlos Garcia, masters. I'm talking about when they come, I think of He-Man and She-Ra. I have the power. They are masters in table events. Masters. Imagine mastering, learning from them, visiting their YouTube channel, learning from them, and then learning from us at the same time and implementing both online and offline tactics. Where do you think you'll be in 5 years? Where do you think you'll be in a year if you did that? So you got to copy the right cats. Where do you think you'll be? Tell me. If you learned how to master the tactics that they teach on how to do table events and go out there and set things up and then learn how to master an online presence like we teach you, where do you think you'll be? That number you wrote down that you want in 12 months' time, would that number be a little bit more achievable? Yep, it would. So with that being said, Lynette, you want to go ahead and she's busy trying to set up the stuff for us. I'm going to unmute the line. And like I said before, there's not going to be they're not going to be, and if Team Destiny's on this line, get on the other line. I'm going to do a quick 30-minute Q&A if you guys want to get on there. But I'm telling you right now, we're going to unmute the line. And if you're really serious about becoming a top earner, if you're really serious about becoming a top earner, when I unmute this line, I want you to scream at the top of your lung, I'm going to be a top earner. I'm going to be a top earner. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless. And all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day.
I'm going to be a top earner.
You're a top seller.
I'm going to be a